Hello there, welcome back to Olson Farms. Today is planting day, May 21st. We gave it an extra week this year just because last year we got burned pretty bad with the late snow, which happens out here in Colorado, but no sign of snow for the foreseeable future, so hopefully we are good to go. It's a nice, kind of windy, warm day. It's going to be 70s next few days, maybe back down into the 60s, and so it's a good time to get the plants in. I'm probably gonna get as much done as I can today. We had quite a bit going on. Had to take the cat to the vet this morning, and some other stuff, so we're just gonna get as much done as we can today, and we'll get more done tomorrow. Get some seeds in the ground at that point. Today is mostly plants, tomatoes, some peppers, and we'll see if we can get some cucumbers and other stuff in if we can get the trellises up. But here I want to take a quick tour of our plants. So here we have little trays of peppers, tomatoes. We got 3 trays of tomatoes that we're going to be putting in today. 3 different varieties, along with one type of Tomatillo, and then some cherry and grape tomatoes that I picked up just because they didn't have the seeds I wanted this year. So we will be getting those in the ground today, seeing how those go. We're going to put in a little bit of fertilizer, a little bit of worm castings I found in the bag of this year. Put those in the hole right before we put the plant in, and see how that does. So it's just going to be a lot of just making holes and putting some plants in today. We'll check in later and see how we go. All right, here we are at the end of day 1. Not as much done as I had hoped, but some progress made. Now what we have here, sorry about the wind, is we have 62 tomato plants. That's a variation of some slicers, mostly paste, a few tomatillos, and a couple of cherries. Actually about 4 cherries. So all in all, about 62 tomato plants. You see behind me everywhere that has the straw on the ground. I've put that down already, and we've got the water going. Eventually these will have some soaker hoses that'll run down each of the furrows there. I'm still working up to that, but we'll get, right now we've just got overhead sprinklers going in there. That's about it for today. Hopefully tomorrow we'll get the peppers in and maybe a few other things. All right. Morning, welcome to day 2. Getting started a little earlier this morning. Working on, just got some watermelon and some cantaloupe in the ground. One thing I'm doing as I plant everything is to lay down kind of like a layer of straw around the plants. You can see kind of some meager little cantaloupe watermelon plants here. That's going to help, especially in Colorado. That's going to help the moisture retention and also help suppress some weeds. It's not great at suppressing weeds, but it helps keep them down a little bit. But really it's to kind of help hold in that moisture into the ground, which if it's just bare soil, especially in Colorado, it dries out really quick. So we're getting started on that. We got those in. I'm going to do some cucumbers next, and I'll show you the trellises we've got set up for that. All right, I want to quick run you through some trellises I've got set up here. First one is this kind of hooped trellis. See kind of the top of it here, kind of extends down. It's like this one piece of fencing that goes up and around, and then I've got another one stationed down there. So I've got kind of a hoop tunnel here. That's where I'm going to be growing my green beans. We got some pole beans this year. Before we've used bush beans, which I've had to take up kind of an entire row of green beans just for bush beans. And we get about 18 pounds or so of green beans that way. Sometimes a little more, sometimes less. So this I'm hoping to get a little bit more, maybe not quite as much as I would get normally if I had a whole bed, but get more in less space. Plus create a little bit of shade for some of the plants as they grow, to catch some relief from the Colorado sun. Behind that, we've got some trellises set up for the cucumbers, and that's where I'm going to put those, just kind of on those straight fence lines, and they'll be able to travel up those. All right, here we are at the end of day 2. A little windy, so sorry about that. Pretty much everywhere you see some straw down, where I've got something planted so far. So we've got all the transplants in, so that includes all the tomatoes I did yesterday. We did some cucumbers, some watermelon, some cantaloupe, peppers, did a pumpkin and a little bit of basil. That's all in these beds here. Just taking up the center row of the 3 furrow beds. And so tomorrow what we're going to do is we're going to plant some seeds. A lot of bean seeds, we've got some corn seed, and a few zucchini and squash seeds that we're going to plant in. But the beans will mostly run on the outer furrows of each bed, surrounding all the plants, the transplants that are in the middle. So we'll get to that tomorrow, and hopefully get that done. We should be mostly done. I have a few smaller plants still growing. I got a late start on some, so we'll get those probably next week or 2. This is end of day 2 of planting. See you tomorrow. Hey there, welcome back. Day 3 of planting. So we got all the transplants in, tomatoes, peppers, cucumbers, pumpkin, and some watermelon cantaloupe. Got those in yesterday. Today we're doing seeds. So we've got a bunch of corn, but mostly beans. Got a lot of beans. They grow really well out here, so might as well take advantage of that. We use a lot of beans. Most of them are dried shelling beans, but we've got some green beans and some edamame as well. So I'm going to show you some tools that I like to use for planting seeds that I don't have to bend down at all to plant these in the ground. So I'm going to show you those right now. Okay, here are my 3 tools that I like to use when I'm planting seeds. First one is my dibbler. You see it's got a dibbler on the end of it that I've just duct taped to a piece of PVC pipe. This allows me to go along, poke holes in the ground as I go, usually about 1 inch, and since we're planting bean seeds, you know, they're a little bit easier to use, but you can still use small seeds, carrot seeds, things like that. It's a little more delicate. You got to be careful of how many or how deep you go with this. But this is the first step of the dibbler. Okay, just an extension of it, of the regular one. Second tool is my little planter tube. Okay, now this is again just another piece of PVC pipe, but I've got a cup on the end of it. That's where I'm going to put my seeds. So when I go along, I'm just going to put this pipe in the hole that I made with my dibbler, take out a seed, drop it through, and then move on to the next hole. Again, not bending down, not having to get down on the ground for this part. Okay, so again, just a cup, tape, duct tape to this. Ingenuity, right? All right, third thing is common hoe, and that's just kind of used to pull the dirt back over and cover the seeds. And so with that, I shouldn't have to bend over hardly at all today. I remember doing this first couple of years where I was just going along, kneeling on the ground, shuffling along, bending over to get the seeds, especially the seeds in like the middle row of the bed, and just, you know, getting all sore knees, sore back, all of that. So I've tried to do as much as I can to stay standing as much as I can. Obviously with the transplants, I got to be on the ground a lot more. Usually got a seat that I kind of bring along to sit on to transplant those. But for the seeds, I don't have to. I'll do it standing up. there we have it. About 100 bean seeds planted in maybe 10 minutes. Didn't see me bend over once. And they're ready to go. Now, a beautiful thing I've created here that I like a lot is this arch that these beans are going to grow up and around and create a little shade. I got this idea from Roots and Refuge Farm. Some of their videos I would recommend heading over there. They've got a lot of great videos that I've learned from as well, so I want to give credit to them. And we'll see how this grows this year. All right, on to more seeds. All right, here we are, end of day 3 of planting. I've got probably about 95% of this garden planted. I've got a little section saved off for some plants that are still in the grow room, a little bit too small to put out yet, but we are covered. Pretty much everything in this bed is planted. I did probably about 3,000 seeds today. We'll do a final tally in the description. Mostly beans, some squash, some zucchini, what else? Some corn, mostly beans. Green beans, soybeans, dry beans, pinto black, all kinds. And so those are done, those are in. I got it watering right now. We're gonna get some rain tomorrow, get a good soaking in. We got ditch water coming probably next week. So I'll give a good soak into the garden before it fills up our pond. So here we are, 3 days done. Ton of plants, ton of seeds. I'm gonna put the final tally in the description here. Yeah, just a lot of work, but glad to be done. Glad to relax. We're gonna put some more straw on the beds probably next day or so. Maybe we'll wait till after the rain, put some straw on, keep that moisture in, and then we are good to go. I'll be able to take a little break. All right, see you next time. Bye.